can get away with it. 'Cause you make me love my imperfections, answer all my questions, just to show me what's on the other side of inhibition. No apologies, my baby. How do you do? 'Cause I'm feeling so good. Back. But you'll be there, ready to rescue me if I go out of track. You can get away with it. 'Cause you make me love my imperfections, answer all my questions, just to show me what's on the other side of inhibition. No apologies, my baby. What do you do? 'Cause I'm feeling so good. Yeah. What's on the other side?
but she know I'm a rapper. I give a but I never get feelings, cause shorty, I know what you after. Okay, they watching me, they watching me, they watching me. They watching me, they watching me, they watching me. They watching me, they watching me, they watching me. They watching me, they watching me, they watching me. Watch I look, I'm jugging. Dissect your hand if your hand in my putting. Put two in your man if your man keep a looking. Act like a poopy, yo, bitch get tookin'. I'm not the type to go fuck with them niggas who fuck with them niggas who stay on some fish. Oh, young and trapping out the bando. From the ceiling fan to the damn floor. Trying to stack my money up, cause that's the only way we can go. Tell my mama that I'm okay. See the money coming through the doorway. Got a bad bitch with a lot of money, that's foreplay. Okay, they watching me, they watching me, they watching me. They watching me, they watching me, they watching me. They watching me, they watching me, they watching me. They watching me, they watching me, they watching me.
You got me trapped inside this spell. Now I feel like, your demons drag me close to hell. I can feel that.
Too cold.
Welcome back to the We Are City channel, and welcome back many people to what is a new year here on the channel. Happy New Year to everyone here that is here to enjoy what should be a good game of football in Manchester City away at the Stadium of Light against Sunderland. We've got quite a few people here already in the live chat. James is here, the Ghost on Twitch is here, we've got the Evil Cat Lord, we've got Sharif as well, who's here. Score predictions, says Sharif. Well, quite right. Get your score predictions in the comments down below. Like Sharif said, I've gone on the Finalysis app for a 3-1 win for Manchester City. There is talk about the City team in the live chat, of course, with, of course, Ake playing ahead of Joško Vardiol, Savinho coming in for City. MK's here as well, looking for a 4-1 win. We'll get into all the things to do with the starting 11 straight away. And we'll also talk a little bit about Finalysis, because you can see there in the live chat, there is a vote. 62% of you guys have voted yes, you've got the Finalysis app from all the votes that we've got so far. And the question is, if you have voted no, then you need to be going downloading that Finalysis app and voting yes, because that is the place to be, whether you're a Manchester City fan or a fan of another club. You might be a Sunderland fan that is here today. We'll run through the teams and then we'll talk about that as well. So, starting off, we'll start with the home side, which is, of course, Sunderland. They start with Roos in goal. Now, they are missing 6 players who are at the Africa Cup of Nations. The back four, number 32, Hume. Number 20, Nori Mukiele, former Paris Saint-Germain player, usually a full-back playing at centre-back today. You've got Alderete, signed from Etafe. What a sign he has been for them. Had spells at Valencia as well, and has made a real impact while being at Sunderland, the Paraguayan. Left-back is the number 3, Churkin. Into midfield 3, you've got one of the signings of the summer so far. Number 34, Granit Xhaka. Number 6, Gertrude. And the number 28, Frenchman, signed by them in the Championship for the Sunderland side, Enzo Lafia. And then a front 3, very sort of, I think, mobile front 3, really. Spearheaded by the Dutchman, the number 9, Brian Brobby through the middle. They've got Simon Adingra on the left-hand side, who hasn't gone to the Africa Cup of Nations of Ivory Coast. On the right-hand side, it is Spaniard Mayenda, wearing the number 12. Sunderland do have some good options on the bench, but I think the real 3 impact subs looking at that bench is Wilson Isidore, who's the main man. Mundell, who did come on, actually, in the home game at the Etihad, where Manchester City came out, was 3-0 winners. And then the number 11, Chris Rigg, a very highly rated young player who's not really quite got those big chances yet while being at Sunderland this season. As for Manchester City, that's what you guys want to know about. Well, City's bench is filled with talent and youngsters as well. James Trafford, Tajani Reinders, a return for Jeremy Doku and Rodri, who both could see minutes on that field today. Joško Vardiol finds himself on the bench alongside Kusanov, Divine Mukasa, Rico Lewis, and also a bench appearance for Regan Heskey, who could actually make his Premier League debut today, if City, of course, are in a good position. But it's not so easy, because City come to the Stadium Light, faced off a Sunderland side that have got a 2-2 draw with Arsenal, and are in fact undefeated on this ground in this stadium so far this season. So City start with Gianluigi Donnarumma in goal. A change into the back four as Matheus Nunes, Ruben Diaz, and Nico O'Reilly are in there. And today, Nathan Ake swaps his side in on this, swaps into the City side on that left-hand side of centre-back role for Joško Vardiol. Nico Gonzalez starts in the holding role with Captain Bernal Silva and Phil Foden in the midfield 3. And with Reinders dropping out of the midfield and Foden slotted in there. On the left-hand side comes in a man who made a pretty decent impact, I thought, off the bench in the last one. Savinho starts on the left. Ryan Shaqiri, City's superstar at the moment, on the right. And of course, City's striking Viking, the number 9. It's Erling Haaland through the middle. Evil Cat Lord says you don't know what the score will be. That'll be a 3-0 win or a 5-5 draw. Andrew says a 3-0 win. Well, you can make your opinion known, not only in the live chat here, but also on the Finalysis app. And I want to talk about the Finalysis app because, say you watch the game today and Erling Haaland has an absolute spectacular game, you could give him maybe a 92 rated performance out of 100. You could even say if Jeremy Doku on his return comes off the bench to score a hat-trick, you could give him a 96 rated out of 100. That is all and more you can do on the Finalysis app. So there is my account on the Finalysis. You can turn passion into power. Now, Finalysis have a partnership with Sky Sports. I'm also part of Finalysis. I'm part of the starting 11. And so far, I've made up 419 ratings of players since the start of the season. And what you can do is you can rate the players after the game. You can also go on the feed and make your opinion known. And what Finalysis does is you pick your club, the club that you are so incredibly passionate about. I know so many of you guys here are on the channel so incredibly passionate about Manchester City or other club. If you are a supporter of another club, you can make your voice known on the app. It is the place to be if you are a fan of any football team currently in the Premier League. And you can rate the players after games. Those ratings will go into an average on that player. So if, you know, lots of people rate Haaland as an 84 performance, then he would get an 84. But someone might go on there and say, listen, we don't think Haaland's that good. We're only going to give him a 60 rating. And it will average out across the season. There will be then the opportunity to see your ratings be used on, if you are in the UK, on Sky Sports itself. You will see things such as Jamie Carragher and Gary Neville, who it may be, if it was James Maddison, I think the other week on Monday Night Football, talking about the Premier League team of the season so far, voted for by those users on Finalysis. That is how big Finalysis is, and that is just some idea on the screen, as you can see at the bottom there, of what it looks like in Finalysis. So you can create your own profile, you can create your own avatar, and from there you can create your own sort of fan base. You can create your own profile to what you think. Put your football opinions about your football club on there. There's stats and so on, and you can even click on individual players. So for example, Ryan Shaqiri there, you can see Finalysis rating average of 78 so far this season, and you can see every comment that people are saying about him. Some of the starting Finalysis have said, the founding Finalysis as well. It is the place to be. Now, if you're whether you're on Android or Apple, you can download this app on the store. So get to the App Store, get to Google Play, and download Finalysis today. And you on there can have your opinions, such as, for me, I'm one of the starting 11. Go and find me. There will be a follow feature soon coming. If it isn't already there, you can follow me on that. I encourage you to follow me on that, and I will definitely follow you guys back. And on there, what you can do is you can follow me and I can follow you, and we can share our opinions. At halftime, I will have my opinion. The Ghost on Twitch has said, is this pre-recorded or live? It is live. Is it that good? Is my talking so good? So yeah, you can go on and just make your opinion known on the app. And like I said, your ratings will be used in the collection of data on the likes of Sky Sports, on Monday Night Football. And that is what the main part of it is. It's the place for the present and for most definitely the future you want to be as a football fan. For your team to make your voice known. So I will go over across from here at halftime. I have a little halftime break. I will be at halftime going across to Finalysis and making my opinion known on what I feel about the game. And you guys can listen to that, read that, and obviously I'll share a little bit on here. I also always do a pre-match sort of a report, so I write a little bit about what I think is going to happen during the game, slightly in context, talk about just a bit of news in terms of players that are available according to Pep Guardiola's press conference and so on. I tried to be as informative as possible on Finalysis, and you can be that as well. And that is the main thing. We are all involved in this. We're all part of this as City fans of whatever. You can be part of Finalysis as well. And of course, I know you will want to be part of Finalysis. I know you guys here on the channel absolutely love it. So only 50% of you people who have voted in the live chat have downloaded Finalysis. I'd love to see that to be 100%. If you go away and download the Finalysis app on the Google Play Store, on the App Store, on Apple, on iOS, then go and do that and then come back and vote yes. So I know that it is working, and like I said, it is the place to be for everyone that is a Premier League fan. And there is so much more coming to the app. I mean, at the moment, you can vote also. You can also rate the manager rating. So at the end of the game, you can say, oh, you know, Pep Guardiola tactically got things really right. I'm going to give him a 90 out of 100. Or maybe City had a 5-0 defeat and it was purely on the manager, the mistakes the manager made. You can give him a 1 rating if you really want to. It is all up to you. But honestly, this is the place to be for fan opinion. And it is absolutely massive. There's player ratings, which is the main sort of area of the game. But player reviews, there's a feed on there. There's a Premier League sort of area as well. So you can sort of have a look at what other teams are saying about each other. But if you found with social media, I think it's one of the ideas that powered this app. With social media these days, you sort of want to have little debates and you want to have talks and opinions within your community of your team, in your circle. And then you really get like people coming in there from other clubs and sort of muddying the waters on your opinion. There's none of that on Finalysis. If you're a Manchester City fan, only you can be part of Manchester City. So it's absolutely massive. Go ahead and download Finalysis today. You've seen it on Sky Sports. You might have seen me on Sky Sports. I make regular appearances, of course, on Sky Sports, usually in the mornings. I've been on live shows down at the Sky Sports studio in London. Had that amazing opportunity to do that. That has come through me, through Sky Sports and through Finalysis, as I am part of it as one of the starting 11. So each team, Premier League team, has a starting 11. You can be part of that as well. So the two teams are coming out to the field here at the Stadium of Light, exiting the tunnel now as we get towards kick-off. We know the City side, we know the Sunderland side. Get your predictions in the live chat. Go over to Finalysis if you've downloaded it. You can predict your score predictions on there as well. I predicted a 3-1 win to Manchester City. That might be bold, that might be positive, but we'll have to see. If Ake and Savinho don't play good, I'll be giving Pep a bad rating, says the Ghost on Twitch. Well, that is exactly what Finalysis is for. Make your opinion known. So, just run through the teams again. Sunderland starting in this 4-2-3-1 formation. Roos starts in goal. It's Hugh, Mukiele, Alderete and Churkin, the back four. Midfield three of Gertrude, Granit Xhaka, Alonso, Lafitte, Simon Adingra, Mayenda and Brian Brodby, the front three. As for Manchester City, Gianluigi Donnarumma starts in goal. They've got Donnarumma, Diaz, Ake and O'Reilly in that back four. Nico, captain Bernal Silva in midfield four, in midfield three. Haaland, Shirky and Savinho starts City's front three. JJ Funhouse says he can't download it right now. That's not a problem, JJ, but honestly, I would recommend it. If you're a football fan, it is the place to be. I think if you haven't got Finalysis, you're certainly missing out. Good job with the sign of Vinicius Jr., thank you very much. Well, that was a bit of a curveball, wasn't it, signing Vinny maybe? People not quite expecting that. And JJ's gone even bolder than my 3-1 win with a 5-0 win for Manchester City. I must say, remember that Sunderland are unbeaten at home this season. Unbeaten. They are yet to be beaten at home. So, clearly a good quality side. We know how good they are. I mean, yes, City got a big win against Sunderland, didn't they, away from home. At home, a 3-0 win against Sunderland, which felt a little bit too comfortable than it should have been, really. So we'll have to see why it was. I don't know why it was such a comfortable game. I mean, there is questions around Sunderland, really. One, can they sustain the sort of form that they've got into the season with, because they've started the season really well. But also, we know they've lost a lot of players due to AFCON. So I think up to 9 players could have left Sunderland. In the end, I think it's around 6 that they have lost. So that fits into City's hands. But I mean, City have got their own problems with AFCON. Nico O'Reilly, I do feel at times is being run into the ground. He has to play every game because Reunite Nuri is away on Algeria duty and he's not going to be back anytime soon. I think Algeria are probably going to go pretty far in AFCON with Riyad Mahrez, a former City man, of course, to that right-hand side. And the same goes for Omar Marmoush, and maybe that is in some of Manchester City's thinking, because it is the 1st of January today. It's the first day of 2026. The January transfer window is open and there is lots of rumours linking Manchester City with Bournemouth's Antoine Semenyo. That could be a deal that is completed within the next 48 hours. But Bournemouth manager Adoni Iraola is desperate to try and keep Semenyo in for the Arsenal game. Maybe City leave him there for the Arsenal game, thinking he can make an impact against a side that is battling for the title with them. I'm not quite sure. We'll have to see. It's comfortable because of the best team in the world, says Ghost on Twitch. Ake, Gvardiol left back, Christianov centre back. Well, that is one of the options, isn't it, for Pep Guardiola, should that be the case. Maybe that's what Pep Guardiola decides to do. I mean, he's very comfortable in playing Joško Gvardiol at the left back position, isn't he? And I have to say, absolutely amazing scenes at Sunderland here at the Stadium of Light. They're doing just sort of a minute's applause to remember those that have been lost over the past year. And the Sunderland fans here have all brought photos and shirts and so on of their loved ones, or loved ones that, or people they've known or whatever, to hold pictures up. That's a really nice idea. That I really respect that. That looks really good. So we'll have to see what happens here with the Stadium of Light. Can Sunderland be the side to come out on top? We'll have to see. You can time your game up with me and try and get the commentary in time. And we'll have to see. I think Sunderland might qualify for the UEFA Conference League, says Jay House. Well, that would be an amazing achievement for Sunderland, wouldn't it? At the start of the season, or after the first 10 games or so, I would have said Bournemouth are way ahead of Sunderland. Not looking that way at all now, is it? Bournemouth are starting to really fall their way, really collapse. I I mean, they've had some injuries and so on, some problems. Antoine Semenyo looks to be leaving, who's their best player. And that is not good for Sunderland. So, Manchester City and Sunderland. Here we go. They're ready. Ready for kick-off. Undefeated Sunderland at this ground. We've emphasised it time and time again. But that shows the quality of side we are coming up against here today. Kick-off is underway at the Stadium of Light. It's Manchester City and Sunderland. Come on, City. Straight away, Nunez is playing quite narrow in that right back role. Shirky wide on this right. Shirky back to Diaz, and he lifts one forward into the channel here. Alderete against Erling Haaland, and the Paraguayan slice it away. Shirky gets on the end of it, and he marks it out of play really well for a throw-in for City on this right-hand side. Reggie Lebris has been doing a really good job at Sunderland. Gets them promoted to the Premier League, and now keeping them in a very strong position, staying in the Premier League. Very, very impressive from him. Man City might draw, says Sharif. Well, that's also a possibility. I mean, Sunderland are yet to lose a game at home. City were the first times to beat them here. Arsenal couldn't do it. And Arsenal with a big 4-1 win over Aston Villa the other day means they're currently 5 points clear. City need 3 points today to stay within 2 points. Any points dropped, and that could put City in a difficult position, couldn't it? It takes it out of their hands as Matheus Nunes bombs down this right side for City now. Nunes with a cross to the box, headed away by Alderete. And Hanzo Lafitte plays it into Adingra on the far side, and a foot race here with Ruben Diaz. Adingra keeps it in. It's just kept in by the Ivorian. Adingra. Switch of plays. Poor Ake cuts it out. Only as far as Hume, but it's very, very positive start by both sides here today. Alderete. Shirkin. Adingra on a good challenge by actually Ryan Shirky, who wins the ball back. It's 41 points for City, says Sharif. Are City not on 40 points? Are City not on 40? You're 41 right now because it's live. We've currently got a point from this one, haven't we? As things stand. Here's Matheus Nunes. Shirky. Oh, it's a bad ball by Shirky. Gives it away. Pep Guardiola won't be happy with that one from the Frenchman. Alderete. Good tackle by Nico Andelas and Granit Xhaka there, too weak. And Shirky back to Diaz. Here's Ruben Diaz. Well, if you are ahead for any reason, please don't spoil things. And Nathan Ake is injured. Well, there you go. Ake starts today. 2 minutes and 30 seconds in, he's picked up an injury. Well, there's a reason why. I'm on the official app right now, says Sheriff. Yeah, it must be the live point. So currently City are on 41 because this game is 0-0. Well, Nathan Ake has gone down with a knee injury. 2 minutes and 30 seconds into the game. Oh dear. So given a start today by Pep Guardiola ahead of Joško Vardiol. I think City do have a bit of a centre-back problem at the moment because John Stones is out injured. Nathan Ake looks to join them now. I think when he stretched his leg for that ball, he could have done his hammy, says the Ghost on Twitch. I thought that. But he's holding the front of his knee. So I don't know if it's his patella tendon, actually. Which could have been... Must have pulled a hamstring, says Sheriff. Yeah, thinking that as well. But he's holding the front of his knee. I mean, Vardiol's completely stripped off and ready here. So I think by the looks of things, Ake will have a very, very early end to his day. Good news, Arsenal face the Cherries in Liverpool, says JJ. I mean, both those teams aren't doing very well at all at the moment. Well, Nathan Ake's back to his feet. And he's telling him not to make the substitution. He thinks he's going to be okay here. He's saying, please hold the substitution. Because he might be okay. City want to make the sub. But Ake is saying he thinks he can play on. We'll have to see. Ake thinks he's okay to continue here. So that's already an early delay to this one. And Sunderland, sportsman-wise, throw the ball back to Manchester City. Well, it's going to be Vardiol comes on. Ake is going to come back on and try to see if he can play on. Here's Nico. And wide to left, O'Reilly. The ball to Savinho in behind. Off goes the Brazilian Savinho up against Gertrude. Come on, Savinho. Let's see your quality. Savinho on the outside of Gertrude. Savinho with the ball across the box here. Blocked away by Michele. And Gertrude puts it behind for a corner. Good defending by Sunderland. Also very positive play from City's Brazilian Savinho on that left-hand side. I'll have to say it. Well, Nathan Ake's back on, but he's not moving the way the way he wants to. You can see him limping about. Sheriff says it's foolish from Ake. I don't know. I think Ake will be coming off not too long after this, to be honest with you. He wants to play on because he knows this is his opportunity. He's given it by Pep Guardiola and he picks up an injury straight away. Crossing by Shirky. Haaland flicks it on here. Bernardo Silva! 1-0 Manchester City. And it didn't take long, but he's offside. He's offside. Oh dear. Well, Bernardo Silva scores. And I thought there City had the lead. But no. Apparently he's offside here. Yeah, he is offside. He is offside, Bernardo Silva. So there we go. Offside, Bernardo Silva does score. Offside from the corner. The cross comes in. Flicked on by Erling Haaland. Bernardo Silva's there, but he's come for an offside position to flick it in the back of the net. It looks like a clear offside here. But they're going to check it. They are going to check it, but I think it's a clear offside. The referee, Gerard Gillett, is having a bit of a laugh here with Bernardo Silva and Captain Granit Xhaka. I think the chance started to be given offside. He looks way off, but they are checking it still. Cross comes in. It's flicked on by Erling Haaland. Bernardo Silva looks far offside. He steps back into play before he puts it in the back of the net. And it's taking some time to check it. Offside. Yeah, confirmed by the referee. And it's a free kick to Sunderland. And play continues. Bernardo Silva there. Nearly giving Manchester City the lead. Nearly. So it's throwing for Sunderland on this far side here to taken by Michele. I think he was blocking the view, says Sheriff. Well, no, he wasn't blocking any view. He put it in the back of the net, but he was offside when he did it. And here comes Sunderland on the attack here. Mayenda against Ake. Mayenda inside. Good tackle by Ake. Away to Phil Foden by City. Foden. Back to Ake. O'Reilly. Caught out here under pressure. O'Reilly. That's poor by him. City can't get it back. Hands on the feet. Ake's not having a great game, but he probably isn't fit. Oh, given away by Sunderland to Savinho. Tries to play a long ball over top to Haaland here. Alderete. Haaland gets there. His header's not the best. Sunderland do get it away. It's lifted away by a dinger on the far side. Diaz wins the header. Alderete back down to Granit Xhaka. Here's Cherkin. He bursts away from Ryan Cherki. Brilliant pace from the fullback. But a bad pass and Adingra deals it. Cherki into Bernardo Silva. Onto Haaland. Foden. A little bit scrappy at the moment. Phil Foden tackled by Hume, who's coming in from right back and drifting to the midfield. I think he's actually playing in midfield. And Gertrude at right back. Not what was expected from Sunderland today. And City have the ball back here. I think Foden will get a goal contribution to Ace's Ghost on Twitch. I hope so. But a lively start to this opening 8.5 minutes here. The Stadium of Light. Got a good game on our hands here. Matheus Nunes on this right hand side. Ryan Cherki. Nunes. Pep Guardiola giving instructions from the sidelines here. Clear in view. Matheus Nunes once more. Nico Gonzalez. Ake. Wide left towards Savinho. Once again, Savinho being positive. Trying to get at Gertrude. Savinho on the outside of Gertrude. Savinho looks to cross it. Decides against it. Savinho again. Tries and tries again. Good ball in by Savinho. It's been out at the far post and across the box here. Foden Haaland waiting. And it's so comfortable by Granit Xhaka, who heads it into his goalkeeper's hands. He shouldn't really be allowed to do that from the City attackers. The Ghost on Twitch has gone to a Liverpool game. Pressure from Bernardo Silva. Savinho here, and good pressing by Savinho. Throws it in quickly to Nico Gonzalez. Phil Foden. Michele's back. Savinho. Back he goes towards Nico O'Reilly. I have to say, Savinho started this game particularly well. That left-hand side. I hope I don't jinx him because at the moment he feels like he rarely has a good game. Diaz. Nico Gonzalez. Options inside for Nico, and Bernardo and is the one in the wide area with Savinho. Nico Gonzalez here. Here's Nico taking his time. Into Ake. O'Reilly. Wide left to Savinho. Pass and move there from O'Reilly. Been a Ghanaian myself. Is Daitier Sanson same close to science as JJ? Yeah, a Ghanaian playing for Manchester City. When was the last Ghanaian to play for Manchester City? You might know that. Here's Ryan Shaki. Nathan Ake. O'Reilly. Back wide left to Savinho. City trying to work this Sunderland defence, but they're very deep. Savinho on the outside of Hume. Back inside Savinho. Past Hume. Brilliant skill by Savinho. He's pulled back by Hume, and the referee says no foul. And Mayenda comes the other way. And Savinho goes and gets his footing on him. Good tackle by Savinho. Ryan Shaki. Well played, Savinho. Wide to Savinho. Shaki's drifting out to this other side now. Trying to get involved in every phase of play is Ryan Shaki. And he's so impactful. Nunes wide right to Bernardo Silva. Not the best in terms of beating his man. Nunes. Shaki. Back across towards Ake, who seems to have run off that injury a little bit. Diaz. Back to Nico on the edge of the box here. Nico wide right towards Matheus Nunes. Bernardo, Nunes. And back he goes to Diaz. A lot of possession for Manchester City. I remember last time City came to this ground, I think has got to have been quite a while ago now, over 10 years ago. Ake with the ball behind towards Savinho, who gets there on the head of Savinho. It's a poor touch. Does get across into the box though. Phil Foden's there. It's Erling Haaland, and good defending by Alderete. And he gets it away. Haaland just couldn't get the ball down. It's bobbling up off the turf. Couldn't get it under his control, and good defending by Nunes against the Dinger. I remember City visiting the Stadium of Light back in the 2011-12 season when City did win the league for the first time. That 93-20 Sergio Aguero moment. Well, City did lose that day. A last-minute goal, if you remember. I remember being very disappointed that day. Pressure here from Bernardo Silva. Shakins away from him. Good play by the left-back. It's a foul against Bernardo Silva, who can't believe it. After the foul that Gerard Gillett didn't give for the push and pulling on Savinho before that. And it's going to be a Roos to take this here and to send it forward. Well, City played Chelsea this weekend. Chelsea without Enzo Maresca, the manager, because he's no longer the manager. He's left his role. It'll be Chelsea's under-21 manager to take charge. A long ball forward here. And cleared away by Manchester City. Back towards Roos. Liverpool are washed as JJ. Well, they're not very good. I mean, they thought they were poor today against Leeds. Headed away by Nunes at the far post. Shirky managed to keep that one in ahead of Shirky. And off to Alderete behind for a throw-in. Shirky unhappy with the quite physical play from the Sunderland fullback there. Gerard Gillett is letting that sort of physical play go at the moment. I mean, most referees do, don't they? And then they get to a point where they sort of lose their heads a little bit. Donnarumma. Long ball by Gigi in towards Haaland. It's straight onto the head of Michele. Back through to Gigi Donnarumma. Into his hands. And Donnarumma takes his time with it. He has to put the ball down now because he has only so long under the new Premier League rules to keep that ball in his hands. Donnarumma on to Ake. O'Reilly. Sends it in behind into the channel as O'Reilly towards Haaland against Michele. Michele takes it well away from the big Norwegian. He was quiet against Forest Haaland, wasn't he? Been quiet in quite a few games recently. Shai thinks that his defence is lacking somewhere. He can't quite put his finger on it. I think it's because they're defending such big open spaces because we press so high. There's a ball through to Brobby here. And Nathan Ake makes a really good challenge and Matheus Nunes clears it away. Straight back to Granit Xhaka. And the Sunderland fans see that as a moment of encouragement. Adingra against Nunes. Simon Adingra. Granit Xhaka. Michele. Oh, wonderful play by Sunderland. O'Reilly's got lost here. Ball across the box, defended by Diaz. Did really well in the middle. But it's poor by Nico O'Reilly. I think it's having a bit of a shaky game today. Ake, a late one on Ake there. And it's going to be a free kick Manchester City. But O'Reilly seems to be struggling at left back today. A little 1-2 completely done is O'Reilly. Diaz does really well in the middle. Bit of a pull on Brobby just to get him out of the way. Get there ahead of him. The dark arts from Diaz a little bit there. It's good defending from City's number 3, who I didn't think was particularly impressive against Forest. Here's Matheus Nunes. Ryan Shirky. Back to Nunes. Into Phil Foden, around the corner to Nico. That's nicely done by City. And on to Ake. That's good play. Savinho. On this left-hand side again, Savinho. Up against Hume. Savinho. Back to Nico. And for a ball in behind at the far post. Shirky puts it across the box here into a brilliant position. Alderete managed to clear it over his bar. He put his foot through his own player in Mukiele as well. I think he might have caught him. But I think Haaland should be gambling there. Shirky with a great ball across the box. First time. So it's on the penalty spot. Haaland's got to attack it, but he doesn't do. He's too busy hanging around the far post, which we see too often from Erling Haaland when he's not playing well, I feel. I feel like Haaland plays his worst when he does this thing of always peeling off to the far post. That is when he's at his worst. We need to expect things from them. Haaland needs to take more risks, Sheriff. Yeah, he always peels to the far post when he's playing at his worst, Erling Haaland. Always does it. When he's going to the near post, when he's making runs, that's when he's at his best. Balling from Shirky here. Headed away by Michele. Foden on the volley. He absolutely spins this one. Slice it way wide. And out for a goal kick. But I don't like Erling Haaland doing that. Just wait for Haaland to score an acrobatic goal this year. Well, it depends on the crosses we put into him, doesn't it? And how tightly he's marked, how much space he gets. But yeah, I don't like Haaland always going to the far post. I understand that run to the far post, peeling back there for the crosses. Didn't need to do it. Oh, foul by Bernardo Silva here on Enzo Lafitte. Free kick. It was a silly one from Bernardo Silva, but sort of broke through our press. He was out of position. Mayenda. Oh, pass 2 or 3 here. Brilliant. And Ake cuts out a great ball. Good defending by Nathan Ake. O'Reilly. It's out for a City throw. I have to say, I think Nathan Ake's really stepped up in this game. O'Reilly back to Ake. That injury had a shaky few moments, but he's been pretty solid since then. There's going to be a blue moon on the actual night of the Champions League final. It is a sign, isn't it? Oh, ball forward here. Mukiele just shrugs Erling Haaland away. Back he goes to Roos, the goalkeeper. Alderete to the left and another play to his right. Roos is played forward here into Cherkin. I have to say he's quite a good ball-playing goalkeeper is the man between the sticks of Sunderland. Quite impressive. Michele. All the way forward. Long ball into the channel. Diaz against Brobby here. He's getting out muscle. Diaz. It's terrible from Ruben Diaz. And a good save by Donnarumma. Absolutely terrible defending by Ruben Diaz. A long ball over the top here. Ruben Diaz completely out-muscled by Brian Brobby. He gets dropped to the deck. Donnarumma makes a save with a chest. Very good save by Gigi Donnarumma, who stands strong here. But Diaz getting bullied by Brobby, ends up getting dropped to the deck here by the Dutchman. He's got to be stronger, City's number 3. He feels he's being fouled, but he's doing as much tugging. I mean, Brobby's got hold of Diaz's shirt here. And if Diaz gets hold of Brobby's, then it's going to be a penalty, isn't it? And Diaz is not happy. That's where defence lacks the Sheriff. Yeah, balling behind like that. A lack of pace, a lack of athleticism from Diaz. And City completely opened up. Corner ball, Sunderland, and they're very good from set pieces. And it comes to the far post here. It's over everyone. It's terrible. Curse the commentator there. Let's hope I continue to curse them. Behind for a goal kick. Massively overhit by the Swiss international Grant Xhaka. Former Arsenal man. Former Borussia Mönchengladbach and Bayer Leverkusen midfielder. Wolfsburg as well, I think he played for a while. Here is O'Reilly. Again, he plays the ball forward to the channel to Haaland. Against Michele. Gets there ahead of Haaland once more. And he sends it back forward here. Back out, and it's out for a throw-in. Kusanov could stop the through ball problems as goes into which he could do. I think the thing that comes to Kusanov is the trust that he doesn't get himself sent off. I think that trust isn't quite there yet. I think Ake's been good. Sharif, and I know people are asking to get Ake up. I think he's been good. And if Ake does come off, it'll be Vardy on. Long by Donnarumma to absolutely no one. And out for a throw-in. That's poor by Gigi Donnarumma. But, you know, we know that his ball playing ability isn't quite there, Donnarumma. It's what he does when he makes the passes and so on. And he can't do it quite the same. But, he you know, he does make the saves. And that's what you want from your goalkeeper. Long by Alderete. Into the channel again. Matheus Nunes against Mayenda. Slammed into. Referee says no foul. Is it Simon Adingra? Good tackle by Ake. Chance for Hume, who blazed it on the bar. But Sunderland started to open City up here. Matheus Nunes struggling physically. Long ball over top again. Open City open. Mayenda against Nunes. Shrugs off Nunes. Dinger tries to be too clever and Ake defends really well. Alright, people in the chat here, you complain about Ake, but he's been doing really well here. Trey Hume hit that one, blazed it over the bar. But a long ball over the top seems to be the way. And they'll look at that and say 2 long balls have caused us all sort of problems. Let's put another one in. Here's Nunes, and City are playing the long balls, but ours don't cause any problems because no one gets on the end of them. Here's Alderete, slammed away again. Nunes on the chest. Into Bernardo Silva, tackled too easily there. Bernardo wins it back off Adingra. Bernardo's dispossessed here, back to Nico. Ball forward to Haaland. Michele takes it off Erling Haaland, but he's out of a bit of a battle here, Haaland. He's done well. Back to Diaz, and wide towards Shirky, well played. Shirky, lovely skill in towards Nunes. And back to Diaz, and the Sunderland fans are willing the striker on to press Donnarumma here. The right idea, to be honest. And O'Reilly puts it out for a throw-in. It's bad from City, but look at the Sunderland fans here. Absolutely behind their team. And Manchester City have got to be careful they don't get rattled here. By the Sunderland fans and by the intensity that this Sunderland side play with. And we're giving them opportunities to rattle us, really. Knowing the physical battle and so on. And it's going to be a long throw here from Nordi Michele. Launched into the City box here from the far right-hand side. City's defence dropped deep. But maybe City could catch them on the counter here because Sunderland have got quite a few players forward. Michele to throw it in. And he throws it in short. Here is Hume. Over the top. Adingra takes it down well. Nunes lost the flight of the ball there. Adingra, good challenge by Nunes. No, Adingra gets there anyway. Throws himself to the deck here. It's never a foul by Ryan Shirky, and here's Shirky on the right-hand side. And Shirky's pulled over by Adingra. It's absolutely spectacular feat by Ryan Shirky there. Takes it away from Adingra and co. And wins City a free kick on the far side. But Adingra goes down here on a tackle from Shirky. There's absolutely nothing in it on Adingra. Just goes over and, I mean, more, it nearly was a handball by Adingra, who tries to catch the ball at one stage. From a Brighton man who's been very good at Sunderland, Nico. Oh, it's a terrible pass by Nico Gonzalez there. And he goes and cuts it back out, Foden. Foden wriggling through challenges here, flicks one through to Haaland. He's got to get this wide to Savinho. But it's terrible from Haaland here. He thinks he's fouled there, Haaland. The referee thinks not. Should be doing better. Should be doing so much better there, Haaland, in his link-up play. Getting that ball wide to Savinho, and City have a chance. O'Reilly cuts out another forward pass, but that ball behind is on all day long at the moment. Phil Foden. Seems the one willing to take the game to the opposition. City now keep the ball and the Sunderland fans boo them. Well, the atmosphere is growing. We're getting too cocky, says Sheriff. Maybe. I don't know about that. Here is O'Reilly. Nico. Ruben Diaz. Shaky in a wide right position. Into Foden. To go back to Shaky. Decides against it. Back out to Diaz. Phil Foden. Foden. Pushed by Adingra in towards Nico. Got to go wide to Shaky here, Nico. But he decides against it not once but twice. Bernardo Silva. He goes wide to Shaky. Against Adingra. Shaky step overs. Right foot crossing his poor into the hands of Roos. That's very poor from Shaky. Well, Haaland's got a physical battle on his hands today. Michele and Alderete want to mark him tight, want to be aggressive against him. Dan Ballard, of course, Sunderland's key man, out injured. And that's positive for City, but Haaland's struggling against Michele at the moment and Alderete. They're winning the physical battle against the City's number 9. Long by Michele into that channel again. Ake heads it back down to O'Reilly. He makes a real meal of it again, O'Reilly here. He's having a poor game. Ball in behind City's defence. Nunes cuts it out. They look for a dinger, but Nico O'Reilly, not been impressed so far. Foden, away from Hume. Foden kicked. Foden keeps going. Advantage play by Gill. It is Bernardo Silva. Back to Nunes. Well played, Phil Foden there. Riding the challenges through midfield. Here's Shaky. Back to Nunes. Foden. Nunes. Shaky's finding a pocket of space here. Which could be very dangerous for Sunderland if City can find him in it. Nico. Diaz onto Nico, taking his time here. And they play out of play. And there's a problem here again. And it's Nico Gonzalez who's gone down now for Manchester City. And he's coming off. And it looks like Rodri is going to be forced on to come here. Forced to come on here. So Rodri might make his Manchester City return. But he's got no choice really to come on, that Rodri. Ruben Diaz makes a... Well, it's a knee in the back of the calf by Brian Brobby and Nico Gonzalez, which he's really struggling with. A big knee in the back of the calf by Brian Brobby on Nico Gonzalez, and he's really struggling with that. The City players have gone in for a bit of a team talk here with Pep Guardiola. Pep Guardiola is saying to Donnarumma, get it to Haaland. I think here he's giving lots of tactical talks. It's a nasty one from Brian Brobby, which the referee missed. A knee in the back of the calf of the Spaniard. And since then he's struggled with it. Michele, I mean, he kicked Haaland in the back of the legs 2 or 3 times there. And the referee still doesn't give a free kick, and Haaland can't believe it. I think the frustrating thing is, there's lots of it, talk about Igor Jesus at the City ground against Nottingham Forest, where we saw him go down a lot. A lot of the free kicks he got for the physical battle with Diaz and Joško Vardiel, and Sean Dyche saying that, he wasn't happy with it. If Haaland got half the sort of contact that Jesus got, he wouldn't get a free kick either, or double the amount. He didn't get a free kick either, so I don't know why Igor Jesus got them. You're allowed to do what you want to Erling Haaland. Pep Guardiola is asking Nico if he's okay here. Bernardo Silva's not happy. Pep is basically sending back to the medical staff, so they want Nico Gonzalez to continue really, because they don't want to force Rodri in there. And Sunderland give the ball back to City and the fans boo it. I don't understand why. There's Donnarumma for City. So I think Nico's going to come back on here. Donnarumma picks up the ball. And here we go. If I was Donnarumma, I'm going to send this long here towards Haaland. And he is. It's sent up and high by Donnarumma towards Erling Haaland here. Alderete heads it down and Shaky can't get there. Bernardo Silva miscontrols it. That's poor from Bernardo Silva. And Nico, I think, is coming back on here. And they've given it straight away to Bernardo. It's poor from Sunderland. Here's Bernardo. Should give it to Shirky. He decides against it. Turns away from the pressure from Bernardo. Wide left to Savinho. Savinho for City up against Gertrude. Past him. Savinho on the outside. Crossing to Haaland. He's pulled down in the box. I mean, the defending by Sunderland is incredibly physical on Erling Haaland. But you're allowed to do what you want to City striker. You're allowed to do whatever you want to Erling Haaland. It's never a foul. Shaking grabs his shoulder and pulls him down. It won't be a foul. And this will happen all game. Because of Haaland's stature. Because he's such a big man. You're allowed to do what you want to, unfortunately. Here's Chirkin. Ball forward. Diaz back in towards Nico. Well played. Across to O'Reilly. Under pressure here, O'Reilly. Back he goes to Ake. Ruben Diaz. It's a tough game for Manchester City. This one, you can feel it. Rodri continues to warm up. Shirky. Off a Dingra. Throwing for Manchester City. Throwing by Nunes. Well, Rodri continues to warm from the sidelines here. But not very vigorously, to be honest. But Nico is struggling. You can just see by the way he's moving. He's limping around the field here. I think he's probably got a dead leg in the calf region. And I think that's what he's struggling with. Bernardo wide to Nunes. Back to Diaz. And Nico is really struggling getting around the field. Bernardo Silva. Long ball over top here to Nico O'Reilly. Nicely done. Down to Savinho. He plays it to a wide area, Savinho. That's really good play by Savinho. Savinho. Against Gertrude. Savinho. Looks like he's got a bit of confidence in his legs here at the moment. Savinho. Cross comes in. Haaland attacks it away by Michele. Alderete clears it away. Brobby and Nico are in a bit of a physical battle. Ruben Diaz, referee says play on. Well, Brobby gives it. He's got to be able to take it. Nico, O'Reilly. On the left-hand side to Savinho. He's looked quite good. And so Savinho, the ball behind to O'Reilly here, who managed to get it. Evade a corner. Evade a goal kick, but allow Sunderland to play it forward. Cut out by Nico. It's a throw-in for Sunderland. But the Spaniard is struggling here. Well, there's a bit of a inquisition going here between Michele and his Sunderland teammates. Like Sunderland can do anything to our players and it's play on, says Sharif. Well, I think you're going to have to get used to that today. I think it's going to be that sort of game, especially for Erling Haaland up top. And I know it's not nice for him, and I do feel sorry for him. But when he gets his opportunities, he's got to do more. Because they're going to foul him all game long, and they're going to get away with it. But that's what happens when you're a good player. Adingra, Shirkin. Good pressing by City, back it goes to Alderete. Roofs. So, here's Roofs. Michele on this right-hand side. That ball into the channel is the one. Oh, they've given it away, have they? No. They get away with it. Sunderland, Lafay onto Xhaka. A slack pass, a mistake, and they get away with it. Sunderland now, they're on the attack. Adingra on the left-hand side. Simon Adingra, step overs against Nunes. Inside he goes. Cross across the far post. Easily dealt with by City. Picked up by Nico O'Reilly on the far left-hand side. O'Reilly. Back to Ake, who's just had to clear it away. Haaland against Michele. He's lost out again, Haaland to Michele. He's getting absolutely bullied at the moment, Erling Haaland. By two physical force to the back for Sunderland. Alderete, what a ball into Brobby. Lays it off to Unzel Lafay. Foden does really well to get back and defend for his side. But I tell you what, Sunderland are showing a lot of attempts here so far. Oh, and City have given it away in a bad position. It's Mayenda. Corner ball, but what City doing on that far side? Phil Foden giving the ball away. Terrible pass. Straight to Mayenda. Foden has to go in there and try and make a tackle. I think it's Bernardo Silva making a block. City is struggling and Sunderland are piling on that pressure now. Corner ball for Sunderland. Onzo Lafay is over it. Options in the box. Options in the box. Big plays in the box. Alderete. Michele. In by Enzo Lafay. Across the far post here. Headed by Mayenda behind for a goal kick. Good evening, Happy New Year to all, says Chris. Happy New Year, Chris. The cross comes to the far post. Donnarumma sort of leaves it. And he's headed behind by Mayenda. City are looking weak here. And in fact, I think just to get to 0-0 at half-time, probably happy with. Because Sunderland are bringing that pressure. Donnarumma. Long to Haaland again. Oh, Mukiele wins the physical battle again. Against Erling Haaland just. Haaland unhappy. Nunes cuts that one out. Well played, Nunes. Man on, Nunes. Asleep is Matheus Nunes there. And he goes and wins it off a Dingra. Throw in. But I don't know what Nunes is doing there. He's got to play it earlier. He's on the ball. He dawdles, he dawdles, he dawdles. You don't have that much time at this level. Shirkin goes back towards Alderete. Here's Roofs. Onto Mukiele. Far side played forward and all the way through to City's goalkeeper Gianluigi Donnarumma. The 10 minutes remain in this first half. Nico seems to have run off that calf injury from what it looks like at the moment. Apart from some live from Savinho, we're looking pedestrian, says Chris, yeah. Savinho is the liveliest looking player, and that does worry me a little bit because he's usually the one who is the least performing. Nikon's also Manchester City. On that centre circle. Got to find those players in the pockets. Savinho out to Ake. Nico again. Got to take a risk. Someone's got to be able to play a ball through. Take a risk. Cherki. Nunes. Bernardo Silva. Back to Cherki here. Ryan Cherki for Manchester City. Wide right to Bernardo Silva. Bernardo running at the opposition. Back to Cherki again here. Cherki in towards Nunes. Nice ball onto Foden. Foden across the box here. Erling Haaland should score. Should score. What a miss by Haaland. It's on the penalty spot. Player of his quality has got to take those chances, and Sunderland counter the other way now. And Haaland doesn't finish that chance. And Sunderland cannot cut us open. O'Reilly's out of position again here. Ball across the box here. Donnarumma with Diaz defend it away. But Erling Haaland should put that one away at one end. And Sunderland come up the other and nearly score. It's a bad miss from Erling Haaland. What a pass by Cherki in towards Nunes. Onto the spot. He's on the penalty spot, Haaland. The full net to aim for. And he puts it right down the middle at Roofs, Erling Haaland. It's a bad finish. Terrible misses, Queen. Yeah, he should score that. Man of his quality. With that level, he should put that in the back of the net. It's poor from Haaland. And Sunderland get a long throwing opportunity now from that. He should have hit that in either corner and he scores there, Haaland. He's just hit it right down the middle, unfortunately. Thrown by Sunderland here. Ake away. I think Ake's been good here. Alderete takes it down the box here. Matheus Nunes throws his head at it. Haaland is there. Nunes. Wide to Cherki. And Lafitte takes it off him before it gets there. Lafitte with the ball into the box here. Away by Diaz. Taken down by Foden. And in behind to Cherki. It's a bit of a counter for City here. Cherki will just get there. He does keep it in. Ryan Cherki against Enzo Lafitte. The Frenchman. Cherki. Back to Nico. Well played. Well played, Cherki. Nico. Bernardo. Cherki in behind here. Against Lafitte. Cherki. Cherki. Taking off him off Lafitte. It's behind for a corner. Foden, I think, is unhappy with Cherki. Didn't pull it back to him there. Two Frenchmen know each other pretty well, I think. Lafitte and Cherki. And Cherki there. Trying to take him on. Donnarumma keeps playing it long time, but it never works as Queen. Well, that's one of the tactics that I think Pep Guardiola has explained to players. Haaland needs to do a little bit better in that physical battle. So he has been unlucky a few times as well, I have to say. Mukiele falling to the ground, but still intercepted it. Is Marmoush leaving to Sheriff? Well, not this January, but things might change in summer. We'll see how the season goes. Foden across the far post. Ake is there! And Nathan Ake misjudges the flight of the ball there when it comes off him and goes behind for a goal kick. Lots for Manchester City and Pep Guardiola to think about going to half-time, which we're around 5 minutes or so away from. And the same for Reggie Lebris as well. the Sunderland manager. I think we'll be happy. Although, City should have the lead here with that brilliant chance for Erling Haaland that was put right in the penalty spot by Phil Foden and hit right at the goalkeeper, Bruce Bite, City's top goal scorer. Long forward here by Sunderland, away by Ake. Straight back to Sunderland, and they pounce upon it again with Gertrude, the former Feyenoord man. And Gertrude swings it into Brodby, who takes it well on the turn here. Brodby wide towards Adingra. He's got Shirky in the overlap. Adingra cuts inside, and Shirky, good defending for his team, gets back. And here's Haaland now. Slammed for the back of Erling Haaland comes the Sunderland defender. Well, the Sunderland fans don't seem to be happy there. But I mean, right for the back of Erling Haaland comes the defender. It's a free kick, Manchester City. Nunes back to Diaz and wide to Shirky. Back to Diaz, well played. City. Shirky is really starting to not only have that ability to, unlock a game, but to control the tempo as well when needed from that right-hand side. I think long term we see him through the middle, don't we? Nico, Shirky. Back to Nico. Nunes. A left-footed switch of play by Nunes out to Savinho. It's a difficult one, that. Against Gertrude. Ake goes and wins it, but it's straight back to the opposition from Ake. And he can't cut that out. O'Reilly now in trouble on this far side. Nico Riley just managed to get there. It's behind for a throw. And why is Rodri still warming up, says Cream Tea? Well, I think City is still concerned with the situation with Nico Gonzalez. If it is a calf injury, which it doesn't look like it is, it's just an impact injury. But they'll keep an eye on that. And of course, they want to keep Rodri warm. We know that he's coming back from a long-term injury, really, that ACL injury. He did come back and then he's picked up a hamstring injury. And other things go wrong around that leg and around that area when you've not played for so long. So I think City are just keeping an eye on that situation. And of course, they know, should it be needed, Rodri can step up and he keeps himself nice and warm for that. Don't be surprised to be seeing him warm up during the half-time as well, unless Nico comes in and says that all is fine with him now. Gonzalez. On towards Ake. Savinho. O'Reilly. Savinho. O'Reilly again. And here's Nico. O'Reilly's in a great pocket of space here. Nico Gonzalez, that's poor. With his vision, he should be finding him there. It wasn't that difficult of a pass either. Shirky. Nunes. Back to Diaz. I'd be disappointed with Nico O'Reilly if I was Pep Guardiola for that one. Nunes into Bernardo Silva. And in behind to Ryan Shirky. It's just too much on it by Bernardo Silva. It's a nice idea, but it's too much on it and it's behind for a throw into Sunderland. Ake's playing good this year for years. I think Ake's been playing very well. I think he's struggling that left-hand side purely at times because of O'Reilly. I don't think he's having one of his better games. Savinho had some early bright sparks, didn't he? But he's had to peter out this game a little bit. O'Reilly pulled out of a challenge there. He gets away with it. Savinho and Gertrude. It's a throw in Manchester City. And it's got a throw in that's gone Sunderland's way. Gertrude complains enough. The referee gives it. Well, I don't know who's refereeing this game or who is the official linesman. But the linesman there only give what Gertrude wanted. Gertrude continues to move forward here. And again. All the way through to Diaz. Back to Donnarumma and pressure from Brodby. Donnarumma plays it forward. No one in that right-hand side channel for City. Shirkin. Shirkin inside and back he's forced by City. Alderete. Onzo Lafitte. Xhaka. Back to Reggie Lebris. They're a very good side, Sunderland. I have to say. Well coached, well drilled. Got some good quality. Ball forward here towards Adingra. Dealt with by Nunes. Ruben Diaz is there and back he goes to Donnarumma. Having more of the ball under pressure here is Gigi Donnarumma today. Diaz. Back to Donnarumma again. Donnarumma long. Straight back to Sunderland. City give it away, gift it away. Alderete taken off him by Bernardo Silva. Bernardo. Shirky into the channel here. Bernardo was fouled here by Adingra from behind. Free kick Manchester City. I think it's going to be one goal, says Queen T in this game. Possibly. Doesn't feel like a game where there's going to be lots of goals. Bernardo Silva's fouled by a dinger from behind. It was a bit soft, let's be honest. Here's Phil Foden. Matheus Nunes going to work that wide to Shirky, which he does do. He's got Bernardo as an option. Shirky. Need him to do something, Shirky. Feels like we're looking to him for a moment of magic. Foden. Good ball through to Savinho. Off Erling Haaland. Just sort of took the sting out a little bit. Haaland couldn't control it. Tried to flick it on maybe to Savinho. And Sunderland come forward again here. Gertrude. Mayenda taken off him by O'Reilly. That's better from Nico O'Reilly. Into Phil Foden. Foden to Bernardo Silva. There's a bit of space here for City. Bernardo lifts one in. It's poor by Bernardo Silva. Shirky goes and gets there. Shirky's pulled. Shirky still. Shirky across the box here. Far post to Savinho. Back in there. What is that cross by Savinho? Shirky keeps it in. Onside. Cleared away by Mayenda. Foden. Lafie wins the header. Down towards Nunes. Get up, Enzo Lafie. You went in with a 50-50 with Foden. You came out on top. You ended up on the deck. Don't try and get a free kick from that. Nico Gonzalez. Here's Nathan Ake. Ake still. Foden. Come on, City. There's 5 added minutes here in this first half. That injuries to Ake and Nico Gonzalez, who both ended up staying on the field anyway. Nico, they weren't wasting time. They want to win this game, so not the Sunderland fans are unhappy with, really. Savinho. Savinho at Hume on the outside. Savinho off Hume. It's behind for a goal kick. And that is the problem with Savinho, isn't it? Poor by him there. After a good start to the game, Savinho, I think, has been pretty poor, which is unfortunate. Things are not really going the way we want them to. I have to see how City do in the second half, but at the first half, it's not been the best of performances, has it? Long ball by Sunderland here. Still quite a few minutes to go in this one before half time. Now Matheus Nunes with a slice clearance. Brian Bobby can't control it. Nunes gets there instead. Shirky. They've got hold of the shirt of Shirky here. He still spins Shirky. Then he's pulled down for a second time. That should be a yellow card. He's given a throw into Sunderland when the Sunderland player has nearly ripped Shirky's shirt off his back. Incredible refereeing from Australian Jared Gillett there. How much extra time to show? It's 5 minutes. We've played 47. So a few still to go. Ryan Shirky is having his shirt pulled off his back by Shirkin. And there's no free kick. And the referee has let some very strange things go today. Adingra. Enzo Lafie. Into Brodby. Against Diaz. Just pull his shirt, Diaz. It's been allowed by the referee all game. Adingra. Xhaka. Cross in. Free chance for Enzo Lafie. Free. Or is it Hume? Hume with a free header. He puts it over the bar. Good chance of Sunderland. And City come the other way now on the counter. Come on, Savinho. Get going. Foden and Bernardo have got to get up with him. Savinho. Savinho still, and he goes back all the way to Nico Gonzalez. 2 minutes remain. Ruben Diaz. Wide right to Shirky. Wants some support from his teammates. Ruben Diaz, don't cross it. He does cross it. Bernardo flicks header on. O'Reilly at the far post here. Hume takes it down. Brings it away, and Shirky gets there with Nunes. Back towards Diaz. Ake. Ake's taken down by Hume. The referee gives a free kick for Manchester City. The set-piece opportunity here. Whether City can take it or not, we'll have to see. A chance before Xhaka with a good cross in. Ake slips. Very lucky to get away with that one. And header over the bar by Trey Hume. But a very good chance for Sunderland. Very good opportunity. Well worked, actually. Hume should have scored, says Queen, yeah. I mean, it's a difficult header, isn't it, actually, because the City player ducks in front of him just before it comes to me. I think it's very hard. He doesn't see it all the way. So it would have been a fantastic header if he put it in the back of the net. Especially to beat Donnarumma from there. So set-piece opportunity for Manchester City. Shirky and Foden over it. Not usually good at set-pieces, but here we go. Foden lifts onto the far post. Alderete heads it away easily. Sunderland XG 0.49 us 0.26. That shows you how things have gone so far. Nunes back to Bernardo. Ake, Foden, well played, City. Right to Shaky on this right-hand side. Shaky to Foden. Back he goes to Nico. So the XG is not saying this. I mean, they haven't been clear chance. I think that Haaland chance to me is a clear chance. It's on the penalty spot. Late challenge on Phil Foden here. This will be a yellow card for Simon Adingra, is it? For a late challenge on Phil Foden. Well, Phil Foden limps away here. He's struggling with that one. Simon Adingra stamps right in the back of the heel of Phil Foden. No, it's a bit of a nasty one, isn't it? I think unintentional, though. JJ Funhouse says we have to push harder. We certainly do. And City have to be a different team in that second half, don't they? They've got to push more in that second half. We need to create more, really. That is half-time. Sunderland 0, Manchester City 0. So as things stand, City would be 4 points off the top of the Premier League table. Captain Bernardo Silva, he walks off the field shaking his head. He is not happy with that first half. And Manchester City shouldn't be happy with that first half. Erling Haaland has struggled. Manchester City have struggled. But Haaland's had the best chance of the game, which he missed a shot on the penalty spot. He hit right down the middle at goalkeeper Roos. Now, I can see in the live chat that out of all the votes so far, 54% say they've got the Finalysis app. Well, you 54% can go and see what I think at halftime over on Finalysis. If you haven't downloaded it already, download it and vote yes. We'll see you guys after this short break for the second half, where hopefully Manchester City can come out winners, get the goals they need to get all 3 points. We'll be back after this short break.
insane. Yeah. For my broken heart, no remedy. But maybe if you stay, we can get away with it. 'Cause you make me love my imperfections, answer all my questions, just to show me what's on the other side of inhibition. No apologies, my baby. I do you do 'cause I'm feeling so good. Ooh. I do you do 'cause I'm feeling so good. Ooh. Oh, my darkest memories, now let me fall back. But you'll be there, ready to rescue me if I go out of track. You can get away with it. 'Cause you make me love my imperfections, answer all my questions, just to show me what's on the other side of inhibition. No apologies, my baby. I do you do 'cause I'm feeling so good.
Wallace. Watch I look, I'm jugging. Dissect your hand if your hand am I putting, put two in your man if your man keep a looking. Act like a poopy, your wrist get tookin'. I'm not the type to go fuck with them niggas who fuck with them niggas who stay on some fish. Oh, young and trapping out the bando, from the ceiling fan to the damn floor, trying to stack my money up, cause that's the only way we can go. Tell my mama that I'm okay, see the money coming through the doorway. Got a bad bitch with a lot of money, that's foreplay. Okay, they watching me, they watching me, they watching me. They watching me, they watching me, they watching me. They watching me, they watching me, they watching me. They watching me, they watching me, they watching me.
You got me trapped inside this spell. Now I feel like your demons drag me close to hell. I can feel that.
Too cold, standing in the middle of the downpour, looking in the mirror 'cause it's only you that you have to love. Headed backward on a one-way, trying to stop from running but you can't wait. Bury all the evidence you don't need love when you crash and burn. A red light.
Hello, welcome back to the We Are City channel for the second half of Manchester City versus Sunderland. I did put my half-time thoughts on the Finalysis app. And see here, out of all the 46 folks that have been in so far, 50-50 on who has Finalysis and not. If you want to go and download the Finalysis app, go and download it now. Turn your passion into power. And at the end of this game, you can then have your thoughts in terms of rating the players, rating the manager, and so much more as well. So go over to Finalysis, join in with the debate and join in with rating these players. The Sunderland players are back on the field. The Manchester City players are coming out right now for this one. And Manchester City are looking to go and win this one, aren't they? And there's a big change at half-time for Manchester City because Rodri, City's number 16, is going to be returning and entering the field for Manchester City. We've got to make a comeback, says Sharif. We certainly do. So here comes Rodri for Manchester City, and he will be replacing, I think it is, Nico Gonzalez, who clearly has not recovered from that knock in the first half. So on comes Rodri. He's back, and he's on the field again for Manchester City. The Ballon d'Or winner. City's only Ballon d'Or winner, of course. And let's hope that he has a Ballon d'Or kind of performance here from that midfield. So Manchester City and Sunderland, two teams back in the field to be kicked off by Sunderland's Enzo Lafay, the number 28. Referee Jared Gillett blows the whistle. And we're underway here. Come on, City. Let's go and win this game. Keep ourselves 2 points behind in touching distance of league leaders Arsenal. Followed by Brobby. Ake up there and taken down by Hume. And it's well won by Savinho. Savinho's done well there. And Rodri goes back to O'Reilly. And already a good start from Rodri. Ake. Donnarumma. Nathan Ake. O'Reilly. Ake. Force long. To Chelsea Haaland here. Michele wins it on his far as Savinho. Foden takes it down. Back to O'Reilly. Goes back to Gigi Donnarumma. I think O'Reilly's really struggled with his on-the-ball game today. Really struggled with his passing options. Diaz. Nunes. Forward towards Cherki. Doesn't get there. Down by Lafitte. So they give it back to Sunderland here. Roos. Pressure from Haaland and sent wrong by the goalkeeper. I think it's been really good for Sunderland this season. And again today, I think he's been good. But Arsenal wins that one back from the chest by Lafitte. Rodri into Foden. Already a line-breaking pass from Rodri. And here is Ryan Cherki on the right side. Cherki, a ball across the box to Savinho. He's missed the sitter. Oh my word. Ryan Cherki puts it on a plate for Savinho, who misses an absolute sitter. And that's why he doesn't play games for Manchester City. What a miss! From 2 yards out, Savinho puts it over the bar. It is absolutely unforgivable from Savinho. And that is the player that he is, unfortunately. And unless he starts learning how to put a ball in the back of the net, he will be that player constantly. That is terrible by Savinho. We can't win league titles with players who miss chances like that. I'm sorry, but I don't think you can. That is a terrible miss from Savinho. Really bad. Here's Rodri for City and back to Donnarumma. That is so annoying. Donnarumma. Diaz. Back to Donnarumma. Out to Nathan Ake. Ake into O'Reilly. Back to Rodri. Already feels like he's making a difference here, Rodri, in this Manchester City team. Good pass into Foden. Brilliant by Rodri. And Foden behind to Savinho. And Savinho's in again here. And Savinho! And it comes back to Haaland off the goalkeeper, who slams it over the bar as well. The finishing is absolutely terrible. Rodri's absolutely changed this game, by the way. Off the bench. What a pass again. And Savinho can't beat Roos. Chris has got Spurs on the phone about Savinho. They're saying, nah, you're all right. Well, I think he's injured, Savinho. Might be good news for City. He's on the side of the pitch here, Savinho, down injured. And Sunderland play on. They don't have to stop. Ball forward by Sunderland. City are on 10 men. Brobby against Diaz, and Rodri goes and takes it off him. The ball over the top here. Offside. The referee says no. Here's a Dingerer. Inside. Hume. I mean, if Sunderland go and punish City here, be frustrated. Savinho's missed 2 absolute sitters. Cross to Michele here. And Savinho's not come back on the field yet. I just make the substitution now and not bother getting him back on if he's not interested in playing. Here's Cherkin. Looking for the cross. Does get it in. Far post is waiting. Here's Gertrude. Xhaka. Away by Nunes. Back to Adingra. Cherki goes and nicks it. Nunes, Cherki. Past Adingra goes Cherki. Brilliant. And pulls it back towards Rodri. Well played. But Rodri's played 2 line-breaking passes in a matter of minutes here today. His quality is unmatched. Absolutely brilliant from Rodri. Ake. Foden. Ake. O'Reilly. Ake. Well, Doku's coming on here. I don't think Savinho's coming back. City playing with 10 men. Ake. Donnarumma. Plays it across his own box to Diaz. That is so risky. Diaz through to Nunes. Nunes loses out to Anzo Lafitte. And Alderete. Back he goes towards Michele. City still with 10 men. Savinho's not coming back on. And he limps off here, Savinho. And Nico O'Reilly's been skipped past by Mayenda so easily. Ake can't cut the ball out. Brobby against Diaz. Diaz does well to deal with it. Rodri. Bernardo Silva. Back he goes. By Bernardo. Rodri's absolutely unbelievable. Shirky. Back he goes to Ake. Diaz is saying, come on, make the change. Pep Guardiola is saying, put the ball out. And then Jeremy Doku comes on for Savinho. City is still playing with 10 men. So Doku on as well now. He makes his return to the City side after injury. Maybe a lot earlier than what the City staff and Pep Guardiola wanted. But what choice have they got? What choice have they got? There we go. Change is made. And Sunderland are not going to throw the ball back to us. They're going to take the throw in and attack us. Not very sportsmanlike from Sunderland. And if their player goes down injured, I hope we don't kick the ball out for them. Here's Alderete. Here's Churkin. Shirky puts him under pressure. Adingra. Back out turns all the feet. What a ball through to Mayenda. Ake defending well. Adingra stings the palms of Donnarumma. And away by City. Kept in by Shirky. And he keeps it away from Lafitte, Shirky. And on to Haaland, who doesn't get there. And Sunderland fans are behind them here. Gertrude, they're under a lot of pressure here, City. Gertrude runs at O'Reilly. I mean, Vardiol for O'Reilly, I think, was a good change. In by Gertrude, away by Ake. Foden flicks it on straight to Xhaka. And then blocked by Foden, corner Sunderland. The fans are right behind him. If I was Pep Guardiola, I'd get Nico O'Reilly off this field for Vardiol because he's having a really bad game. He's really struggling. And Donnarumma has to make the save there. Adingra hits it. Unexpected, a tight angle. Gets the hands up as Donnarumma makes the save and Ake clears it away. A corner Sunderland, City under all sorts of pressure now. In by Xhaka. Near post headed away by Nunez. Back out to Xhaka. Edge of the box towards Gertrude. Shirky, good defending by Ryan Shirky. And he clears it away. And here's Doku. Headed away by Hume. Xhaka under pressure. Back he goes to Roosevelt. City have certainly got a game in their hands here today. But we should be 2-0 up. Savinho's missed out 2 absolute sitters. And Haaland's missed one as well. Here's Michele, long from him. O'Reilly against Lafitte. He's got lucky there a bit, O'Reilly. Under pressure, O'Reilly. Clears it. Straight back to Sunderland as O'Reilly. He's having a really bad game. Michele. Wide to Lafitte. Oh, what a ball inside to Mayenda. Ake's lost him. Mayenda! Saved by Donnarumma away from Diaz. Good save by Donnarumma. Terrible defending by City. Are absolutely under it. A massive amount of pressure here. It's cut City open. Pass to Mayenda. Ake's disappeared. Diaz has lost it. O'Reilly's all over the place. And Donnarumma makes a strong save down to his far side and away. Sunderland really on it. We need to hang on. We need to score our chances. That's the difference, isn't it? Get O'Reilly off and get Joško Vardiol at left back. So long throwing to come in from Michele here. In by Michele. Flicked on by Brobby. Shirky heads it away and away by O'Reilly long and back towards Roos with City under so much pressure. And Roos comes all the way out of his net and Sunderland want to keep the pressure on here. Roos wants to play another long ball. Long by Roos. Ake's lost Alderete. Donnarumma comes and claims. Donnarumma throws it out quick towards Doku. And can we hit them on a quick counter of our own here? Jeremy Doku for City. Doku. Back to Rodri. Bernardo Silva. Matheus Nunes. Shirky. Nunes. Doku coming inside here. Doku wide to Bernardo Silva. You've got option in the box here. Bernardo. Ball into the box here. Anyway, Alderete. Out towards Jeremy Doku. Watch it behind for a throw in his Doku. Throwing to Matheus Nunes. City try and get the control back on this game themselves here now. get a grip on this game, which is starting to really, really pull away from them. This Sunderland pressure, Bernardo Silva. Nunes, we know Sunderland are going to have chances. I think it's going to take more than one goal for City to get a win here today. Ake. Rodri. Rodri into Doku. Doku's allowed O'Reilly to be opened up here. Doku plays a pass to Foden. It's a very heavy one. Foden's not really alive to the idea of Doku playing that pass. Guardiola telling Doku just to calm down a little bit there. Roos picks it up now. Back down by Roos. Pressure from Haaland. Plays it wide to Mukiele. Drives forward here, Noddy Mukiele. Onto the channel straight off the back of O'Reilly. Back towards Hume, who lifts it forward as well. Ake against Mayenda here. Back to Donnarumma. And towards Rodri, easily dealt with by Manchester City. Here's Rodri. Good play from Rodri already. Rodri. Lifts it on the top to Shirky here. Brilliant pass by Rodri. His passing range is just... He's another level to every player on that field, it feels like at times. Nunes with a nice switch out to Doku here. But it's over here. It spins up off the turf and it's out for a goal kick. And it's weak from Nunes. Well, City have already made 2 substitutions, haven't they? And Doku and Rodri. And they're going to make a third now. And it is going to be Nico O'Reilly for Joško Vardiol. I was calling for it. I said it needed to happen. I said O'Reilly needs to come off of Vardiol here because he's really struggling. And off he comes O'Reilly for Joško Vardiol. It was a pretty obvious change for Pep Guardiola to make, wasn't it? And the man who's caused a lot of problems up top for City, for Sunderland, Brian Brobby, comes off the field now. And he's replaced by Wilson Isidore, who's a bit more of a runner than Brobby. He's still a big man. And he had a great chance, the Ete, didn't he? He fired Donnarumma. Might get a second chance to make up for that one today. It's a bad ball by Roos out to the far side. Dealt with by City. They can't head it away, can Sunderland, and it's a throw-in for City. Here's Ake. Foden. Pressure. Foden. Terrible. Rodrigo's that makes the challenge. Haaland in there. Good strength from Haaland here. Haaland against Xhaka. Free kick Sunderland. And it's funny, isn't it? Erling Haaland's going to laugh about it because if it was the other way around, it wouldn't be a foul. Well, there's 4 players around him there, and Granit Xhaka comes across. Haaland there. Difficult. Very difficult. And a long ball coming from Sunderland here. Long ball forward by Roos. Doku there to go and win it back, but Alderete takes it away from Doku. Uses strength well, but Doku still keeps it. Doku spins away from one into Alderete. It's a throw into Manchester City. Alderete tries to claim it's one of his. It's going to be a throw-in for City here to be taken by Joško Vardiol, who's been told to retreat by Gerard Gillett. Throw to Bernardo Silva. Vardiol. Straight into Hume. Another throw-in for Manchester City on this far side. The Sunderland fans are complaining about absolutely everything. Vardiol throws it into Haaland here. And away from Mukiele goes Haaland. Rubbish from Haaland there. Terrible pass from Erling Haaland, who's had an absolute shocker today. It's not the first time. I think he was pretty poor against Forest, but today he's been absolutely terrible, Erling Haaland. Really poor. Tries to play the ball to Shirky. It's a terrible pass from Haaland. First time he gets a bit of space and he can't even do anything with it. Shirking forward, flicked on by Isidore. In behind they go. Nunes back to Donnarumma, well played. Matheus Nunes, pressure on Gigi Donnarumma. Goes back to Nunes. Round the corner to Shirky. Off the Sunderland player. It's a City throw-in. But Gerard Gillett listens to the fans here in the ground and gives it the way. There's questions to be asked the officiating today. Who is refereeing this game? Because whatever the fans ask for, the referee will give it. Don't quite understand it. Throwing from Mukiele to be taken. It's going to be a long throw into the box here by Sunderland once again. City have got bodies in and around there. City are hanging on. 60 minutes in the clock here at the Stadium of Light. Nordi Mukiele to lift one in. He plays it short to Xhaka. Back out to Mukiele. Does he go? No, into Hume. Pressure from Doku. Back to Xhaka. City pressing well, trying to force them back. Xhaka with a long ball over top and in behind here. Alderete. Nunes flicks it into the box. Diaz away. Headed back forward by Sunderland. Vardiol is there. Heads that one away. Well played, Joshko. They go all the way back to Roos. But Sunderland the better side here, I would say, at the moment. Roos wide. Long forward end by Sunderland. Cut out by Nunes. We've got options forward. Rodri, great win. Nunes play it forward. Turn Phil Foden. City have got bodies here. Foden with a ball in behind to Doku on this left-hand side. Good take by Doku against Denzel Lafee. We need his quality. We need his quality. Doku past Denzel Lafee brilliantly. Pulls it back here. Good defending by Sunderland behind for a throw-in. Thought for a second there, Erling Carlo might have been in the box or someone. Mukiele, good defending again. Throwing Manchester City on this far side. Hume takes his time to throw it out of play. Try and slow things down in Sunderland's favour. Throwing for Joshko Vardiol. Down to Doku. Away from Hume, who's been pushed in the back there, Doku. No foul. There is absolutely no fouls for pushing today, unless it's on a Sunderland player. It's interesting. A similar situation against Forest, wasn't it? Thrown by Gertruda. He's going to leave it to Mukiele. The referee's telling him to hurry up here. Mukiele taking his time. So another long throw in. Rodri heads it forward to Dingra. And a foot race between Isidore and Diaz, and not Donnarumma, the calmest man in the stadium there. Just lays it off to Vardiol. Well played, Rodri. Diaz, well played, Rodri. Well played, Donnarumma. Diaz into Cherki. Terrible touch by Cherki. Alderete gets away with it. Good spin. In behind by Xhaka to Adingra. And City opened up here. And here is Simon Adingra. Ronaldo getting back. Adingra up against Nunes. Good tackle. Diaz clears it away. As far as Cherki. And a tackle by Hume on Cherki. Throwing. Or Shirkin it is. Throwing for City on the far side. It could go either way, this one. It really could. A draw's probably a fair result. But even so, we want a City win. We need a City win here. Bernardo Silva. Good spin by the number 20. Back to Matheus Nunes. Foden. Space for Foden. Alderete steps out. So poor from Phil Foden. Just pass the ball instead of trying to take everyone on. Very poor from Foden. Adingra, and he's put it out for a throw and he can't control it. But City decision-making is really causing this side problems. In the final third especially. Finishing, decision-making. It's not good enough. Foden. Bernardo Silva. Nunes. There's so much space for Rodri here. Well played. Unbelievable from Rodri. Foden. Bernardo Silva and City are on the attack again here. He's got Cherki to the right of him. Into Cherki. Here's Cherki against Cherkin. Cherki inside. Cherki, great pass to Bernardo Silva, who can't control it. And Mukiele will get it away. Which, again, that quality. Missing that quality today, City. Long ball forward, throwing for City on the far side. We are constantly being dispossessed in midfield and losing any impetus, says Chris. Yeah, Foden's hurt. Foden's being one of the problems for that. Rodri the ball into the box here. Vardiol's there! What a save by Roos. Well, Vardiol thinks he's fouled here. The referee thinks not, and he's stayed down Joshko Vardiol. He's been stamped on the ankle, and he wants a penalty, Vardiol. And Vardiol makes an attacking run. He's onside, Vardiol. He steps on the ankle of Joshko Vardiol. Is that a penalty, Manchester City? Because it puts Vardiol off balance. On the ankle he stepped on by Hume. It should be a penalty, says Vardiol. He wants it to be looked at. The referee says no. Any physical duel today is not a foul. And you're not going to get anything for it. Corner Manchester City. We scored from one in the early stages of the game, but Al Silva's offside. So we swung him by the right foot of Ryan Cherki. To the far post. Over everyone. Bernardo gets there to keep it in. Back out to Foden. Rodri. Bernardo again. Bernardo behind to Foden. Lovely pass. He's got to back out though, Foden, because he can't twist and turn and put a cross in. It's out to Nunez. And on to Bernardo. Bernardo lifts it into the box here. Mayenda watched it all the way out. Does he know? Diaz puts the pressure on. It's terrible from City. And it's a poor decision once again from Bernardo Silva. And Pep Guardiola is as frustrated as I am sat here watching it. That is a terrible decision making from Manchester City's captain there. That is not what we want. It is not what we want from our team, and it is not good enough from Manchester City. And I tell you what, a draw here today, or a win for Sunderland, you can't argue against it at the moment. City have had 2 great chances, but our performance on the field, I don't think has been good enough so far. Don't think it's been good enough. Diaz to Nunez. Rodri. Cherki. Back to Rodri. Doku. Doku for City here. Doku, terrible. Gives it away. He goes and wins it back, Doku, so credit to him for that. He's getting pushed and pulled by Mayenda. And the Sunderland fans are shouting for a free kick their way. Bernardo back to Diaz. It's Bernardo Silva's passing decisions play this team into problems time and time again. Well played, Nunez. Free kick, Manchester City. How many times is our captain going to do that? That is the big question. Rodri. Again, great pass forward to Foden. Vardiol, there's space on here for City. Vardiol wide left to Jeremy Doku. And how lonely peel to the far post. Doku, Foden, can't control it. Bernardo Silva on the volley and blocked away. Nunez loses out to Adingra. It's weak. And here's Isidore. Runs himself into a bit of a problem here. Good tackle by Nunez. It will be a Sunderland throw-in. You've got to appeal for it more, Nunez. Just like the Sunderland players do. You might get it your way. A good block by Alderete there. Foden on to Bernardo Silva. And it's blocked by Alderete. I mean, is Bernardo Silva's strike going anyway? The chances are no. But you never know. And time is running out for the City side to get a win here today. Time is running out. Thrown by Shirkin to Isidore. Diaz, good strength against him, throwing Manchester City. But the quality of team that we're supposed to be, we have got to be doing a lot better than this. And 67 minutes feel wasted, especially those Savinho chances. Here's Diaz. Okay, Vardiol's playing like a striker here at the moment. Doku. Rodri. Rodri for City. Into Joško Vardiol. Jeremy Doku down this left-hand side. Up against Gertrude, the fullback. Doku. Need his quality here. Jeremy Doku back inside towards Rodri. Rodri switches the play to Cherki on that far right-hand side. Takes it well. Cherki. Nunez. Clips the far post here. Alderete heads it away. Rodri back in there. Heads it down to Cherki. Ryan Cherki still. Cherki. Cherki still. Cherki lifts one in. Haaland's there. Can't control it. And away by Granit Xhaka for a throw-in for City on the far side. City starting to try and attack the opposition. Bernardo Silva, Rodri. Cherki. Matheus Nunes. Rodri. Nunes. Nunes. Cherki again in this wide area. Inside to Bernardo Silva, who does control it. Back out to Rodri. Nathan Ake. Wide left to Jeremy Doku. Runs by Haaland, even Vardiol. Trying to ball over top to find them. City haven't got the quality to find them, have they, so far, Chris? We need to have that quality. Is Doku into the box here? Jeremy Doku! Jeremy Doku! Oh, I didn't know the line by Alderete. Jeremy Doku there. Skips inside. He beats 3 or 4 Sunderland players. You think he's got a free shot on goal. It's heroically blocked by Mukiele. Then the rebound's heroically blocked by Alderete as well. But great play by Doku. Oh, he just hits the face of Mukiele. He doesn't know much about it. Doku's shot just hits him in the face. But that was perhaps the moment. And then Foden's shot, he's headed over the bar by Alderete. How have we not scored here? We've had some good chances today, City. Some very, very good chances. 3 of the best chances of the game have all fell Manchester City's way. And they've all been failed to be capitalised upon and put in the back of the net. Corner City again, 70 minutes on the clock. Ryan Cherki. Another right-footed in-swinger from the Frenchman. Cherki in. Over the bar by Vardiol. City, what a corner. The referee, Gerard Gillett, says goal kick. And Sunderland will just take the time on this one. Just take the little bit of sting that was in this game out of it a little bit. City have been pushing, but they cannot find that winner. And it might take more than one to get a winner here today. And Roos is taking his time now, and Gerard Gillett's going to cross the goalkeeper just to say, I'm watching you. We know you're wasting time. Roos to side. Long ball forward. There's a City throw-in. Sunderland fans are not happy again. Vardiol to take the throw-in, but the referee stopped things for a Sunderland change. And it's going to be Mundell who comes on. Here. And it's off comes Simon Adingra, who's given Nunes a hard time at times today. He really has. And it's going to be Mundell who comes on the number 14 for Sunderland. Any more changes? And it's going to be Nardi Michele, I think, who's coming off here. Who's might be still struggling with a head injury. I'm not quite sure. I have to see. Oh, he's just having a drink. He just wants a drink. The referee stopped the game so he can have a drink. Crazy. So, throwing City to be taken by Joško Vardiol. Straight to Rodri. Back across the Diaz. Well played, Rodri. Ball forward by City's wasteful. Taken down by Ender. Ake. Vardiol keeps it in. Lifted away by Michele. Rodri forward. Hume to Doku. Doku takes it away from Michele. A late challenge on Doku from behind here. It's a free kick City. Sunderland are going crazy here. Calm down, says Gerard Gillett. It's a tackle from behind by Hume. That's why it's a foul. Doku's coming on his left-hand side. Hume doesn't even get the ball, by the way. He gets the leg of Jeremy Doku. It's a bad challenge. It's a bad challenge by Hume. He's lucky to evade a yellow card there. Diaz works it wide towards Cherki. Back to Nunes. 72 minutes on the clock here. Nearly 73. This game is slipping away from Manchester City. The 3 points certainly are. Rodri, Nunes. Bernardo Silva. On to Cherki. Cherki for City still. Cherki lifts one over top here to Vardiol. Headed away by Hume. Falls to Doku. Uses his body well. He's been pushed and pulled by Mayenda Doku. Doku away from Mayenda. Cherki. Foden. Rodri. Nunes. Wide towards Bernardo Silva. Bernardo back out to Nunes. Nunes with the ball in. It's not great at all. Vardiol with a flick on it off the post nearly. By Vardiol. Slammed into by Alderete. Absolutely slammed into by Alderete there is Joško Vardiol, who has been given the license to do whatever it needs, whatever's necessary to defend. Slams into the back of Joško Vardiol as Alderete here. Is that not a foul on Vardiol? Is that not a foul on Vardiol here? Comes right through the back of him, does Alderete, as he tries to get something on it. It won't be a penalty. But it perhaps should be. But it's not going to get given, is it? Alderete stays down. He slammed into Vardiol and fouled him there and got away with it. And he's injured himself in the process. And it's going to be a goal kick for Sunderland. I think Vardiol, if he tries and controls that, Alderete comes from the back of him, it might be a little bit different. So Roos to try and send this long and trouble City's defence now from a goal kick. Long by Roos. In there is Ruben Diaz. Header not quite there. Rodri down to Nunes. And forward to Ryan Cherki. Back to Nunes. Back to Donnarumma, well played. Under pressure Donnarumma here. Ake. Leaves it for Vardiel, who plays it forward to Foden. Nice ball to Phil Foden. Rodri offering for a pass here. Rodri moving into good space. Here's Bernardo Silva. On to Ruben Diaz. Come on, City. Let's get this goal now. Ryan Shirky for City. Against Shirkin and gets a throw in on the far side. But that goal needs to come pretty soon. It feels like we're running out of time. The title race. Difficult time for Manchester City to drop points today. Could be very bad news after Arsenal got a big 4-1 win over third place Aston Villa. City are struggling. Rodri. Into Vardiel. Straight back to Sunderland. Isidore taken off him by Vardiel. Well played. And here's Ethan Ake. And Sunderland are sitting in a little bit now. They're not quite as aggressive in the press. They're not quite as far forward. They're sitting deep. They're trying to sit back as Ledger Brice's side. And it's finding it even more difficult City now to find those spaces that they found earlier on in the second half. Here's Ruben Diaz. Matheus Nunes. Ryan Shirky. Matheus Nunes. Diaz, City you could do with an own goal like Arsenal. Being put in the back of the net for us. Arsenal have had quite a few own goals before the previous fixture, hadn't they? Nathan Ake. City look a little bit out of ideas at times. Vardiel, Shirky. Powell, pass forwards, Port. Counters on. That's a dive by the Sunderland player. Ake dives in. The Sunderland player waits till he realises he can't get the ball and goes down. Yellow card for Nathan Ake. It's not good enough from City. And the reality is, if City don't win today, they probably don't deserve to. They're not good enough at all. Not good enough at all today. And Haaland's been very poor. So it's going to be a free kick Sunderland now. A chance to swing balls into the box. Well, 88% possession for Manchester City in the last 10 minutes. It's not enough though. Ball's not great. Nunes against Mukiele here. Off Mukiele. Nunes keeps it in. They've pushed and pulled all over the place here, Nunes, but he gets himself out of a very difficult situation. And City play their way out of it. Nunes. Into Foden, well played. Rodri. Vardiel, brilliant by City turn. Vardiel's going to play that wide to Doku, which he does. Counter-attacking situation here. Haaland's been pulled down off the ball. Doku against Gertrude. Gets the better of him. Cleared only as far as... I don't know who that is. It's Haaland. Haaland's being pushed and pulled all over the place. Rodri. Referee plays on. Shirky. Tackled here. Rodri in there again. Rodri in there. He's not touching him. Mundell goes down. Referee says no foul. He still plays on. Shirky. What is this referee doing? There's about 30 fouls by each team in there. Just keep saying play on. Shirky. Sunderland fans think he's against them. He's against both of us here. Ball behind to Foden. Into the box by Foden. Terrible cross and be out for a goal kick. Terrible by Phil Foden, who's had a shocker as well. I mean, a company goal. Diaz to hammer at the top corner for outside the boxes. Chris, I don't think that's coming. City have been shocking. They really have been so bad. Just the lack of quality is alarming, actually. And that comes from Foden and Haaland. Really bad. Long by Mukiele. Straight out for a throw-in for City. And we're the side pushing for that winner. It doesn't mean Sunderland don't go and find it. Here is Vardiel. Inside to Ake. Nunes. Wide to Shirky. Ronaldo makes running behind. He's offside. So Shirky did the right thing not to pass it to him. Nunes. Ake. Joshko Vardiel. Wide to Doku. Doku against Gertrude. Rodri. Ake. Come on, City. Let's find this goal. Nunes. Shirky. Sunderland undefeated at home. City got 10 minutes or so. to try and find their way through them. Nathan Ake. Rodri. Doku. Doku for City. Doku on the outside. Doku with the ball in. Into the box. Bernardo Silva back into the area. Xhaka just heads it back to his goalkeeper. Erling Haaland today may as well have been sat in the stands. He's got no interest in going for anything. He's been bullied by the Sunderland defenders who, yes, to his defence, have defended him very physically. But he's let it dishearten him because he's just stopped playing. And Wilson Isidore's playing in behind here. The chance of Sunderland. Isidore. Good defending by Ake. Donnarumma comes out. It's a goal kick. But Haaland's given up. He looks like a waste of space. It looks like an absolute waste of space at the moment. And it's really frustrating to see. Man City need a goal. Rodri. Throwing for Manchester City. Bernardo Silva. Cross to Diaz. Here's Ruben Diaz to Manchester City. Ball over the top here to Vardiol, who takes it well. Back to Doku. Rodri. Is there that moment of quality in this City side? Switch to Ryan Shirky by Rodri. Shirky against Churkin. Shirky. Back out to Nunez. Rodri. Foden. Doku. Doku. Doku still. It doesn't feel like the goal is coming, but it might. It could be 3-0. We aren't doing anything. It's just Sharif. Here's Rodri. Back out to Doku. City have got options in the box. Doku against Hume. Doku. Inside here. Rolls it to Foden. Vardiol. To Shirky. Given away by Vardiol. Counter on Enzo Lafitte. Little back heel towards Mundell. Counter Sunderland. And they switch the play. And here is Mundell on the far side now. It's been a bad day for football, hasn't it? Fulham 1, Crystal Palace 1. Liverpool 0, Leeds United 0. City 0, Sunderland 0 here. And the other game being played today, Brentford Tottenham, is also 0-0. No goals at all to enjoy. Diaz clears that one into the midfield to Rodri. Takes it down, Rodri. He's dispossessed here, Rodri. And here is Isidore. And a switch to Mayenda. Mayenda. Xhaka. And Sunderland put the ball out of play. And Rodri saying, don't give that ball back to Sunderland. They didn't give it back to us. We should give it back to them. Ryan Shirky's missed some really big... Savinho's missed some really big chances today. Trey Hume's gone down. Manchester City. Rodri say, I'm not giving you the ball back. You won't give it back to us. Yeah. Granit Xhaka's not happy. Rodri said, I'm not giving it you back. Rodri doesn't want to give the ball back to Sunderland. Ruben Diaz will. And Rodri says, I remember when you won't give it back to us. Because they wouldn't give it back to us. So it's going to be a drop ball or whatever. The City players are going to throw it back to Sunderland. Well, Rangers is coming on. I don't know what that's going to do. Can that help us anyway? I hope so. Tajani Rangers. Who for, though? Phil Foden? I don't think it's been good at all today. Maybe Phil Foden's the one to come off here. We'll have to see. So, Rangers is coming on. They're taking the time to decide here. 85 minutes on the clock. So, Bernardo Silva comes off. That makes sense as well. The captain. So off comes the captain, Bernardo Silva. There's a throw in for City and Vardy throws it to Ake, who kicks it back to Sunderland. The Sunderland fans who have booed City all game. And Roos takes the ball and picks it up. Erling Haaland's been very poor. Very poor. Long by Roos forward. 85 minutes on the clock here. Here's City and here's the Tijani Reinders. Good play by Reinders. Rodri. Come on, City. Get this ball forward. Rodri. Vardiol. Why'd they go? Doku. Tackled so easily. Poor by Doku. The lack of quality is unbelievable, isn't it? We're second in the league. We don't like that quality side at all. Well done, Vardiol. Fouled here by Gertrude. Ake plays it. There's a foul in there. The referee's decided not to give it. Gerard Gillett. Shameful performance. Oh, Ake's made a massive mistake here, Isidore. On towards Enzo Lafitte. Isidore. Enzo Lafitte. Still Lafitte. Into the box. Blocked by Ake. Doku gets his body in there well. Well done, Jeremy Doku. Oh, why is he dribbling past players there? I don't know. Doku. Reinders. Counter City. Oh, Tijani Reinders can't even play a forward pass here. Rodri goes and gets it back for his side. Into Reinders. Oh, it's going to fall to Haaland, is it? No, it's not. Good defending Alderete. Reinders comes on and can't play a forward pass. Unbelievable. It's so poor. The lack of quality in this Premier League game is absolutely unbelievable. It's terrible. Here's Shirkin. Against Shirky. Shirky gets it back. He's taken down. Free kick City. The referee does give a foul, which I can't believe. Sunderland defended well, quite right, Chris. Well drilled side. Michele Alderete. Gertrude. Hume. Shirkin. All played a certain way, haven't they? Thrown the body at everything. Defended everything. Tackled everything. And Manchester City haven't been good enough. Okay, I don't think we're going to be good enough. I think we're going home disappointed in a 0-0 draw here. Foden. Rodri. Over top to Foden. Easily headed away by Sunderland. It's a poor decision. Isidore. Nunes. Back onto Shirky. Shirky on the outside. Shirky across the box now. Vardiol! Blocked by Alderete and cleared away. Brilliant defending by the opposition again. But we can't get a clean shot all game. There. Rodri. Foden. Shot is blocked again. Not a clean shot. Just hit it on the net. Doku. Terrible cross. Doku. Terrible cross. And counter Sunderland. How have we not put the ball in the back of this net? Mayenda. Good defending by Ake. Shirky down to Reinders. Who's absolutely rubbish. What? Tijani Reinders might as well stay on the bench as well. He can't even control a football. Shirky back to Diaz, they play on. Come on. This referee's rubbish. But so are Manchester City. Tijani Reinders, this is disaster class performance. Foden. Wide left to Doku here. 89 minutes on the clock. A winner would be a shock. Rodri to the far post. Haaland back across the box. Vardiol is there. We can't shoot again. Back out to Doku. Just can't shoot. Doku. Cross the box. Easily headed away. Doku's been terrible. And Rodri wins it back. He's got hold of Rodri's leg here. That's a foul all day long. Hold of Rodri's leg as the Sunderland player. Free kick Sunderland. What is Gerard Gillett doing? He's just held onto Rodri's leg and it's not a free kick. You might as well go home, City, and just walk off the field now because we're not going to get anything here. How? I mean, the refereeing's diabolical. Our ability to shoot is terrible. Just can't. I mean, we haven't had a clean shot on goal. Everything Sunderland tried to block. terrible from the referee and the City players. Well, it's been an enjoyable 0-0. A massive lack of quality in it. Vardiol. Rodri. Doku. Reinders. Oh, Tajani Reinders has lost it again. The guy comes on and plays. Might as well play in a red and white shirt at this rate. Shirky. Back out to Nunes. Doku. Need a moment of magic here, Manchester City. Tajani Reinders on the far side. Reinders. Diaz. Diaz for City. Get him away from the ball. Nunes, get him away from the ball. Get your quality players on the ball. Doku. Rubbish. He's not been very good, Doku. One great moment. Since then he's been terrible. Ake. Shirky. Shirky still. Doku. Oh, back to Shirky. He goes back out to Diaz. Nunes crossing with the left foot. Headed away by Sunderland. Rodri in there. Doku cleared away. Diaz against Isidore. Heads it back over his head. What is he thinking? And here's Isidore against Ake. And Donnarumma comes, and Donnarumma does really well. And fall by Donnarumma towards Reinders. He won't control anything. Shirky goes down from Shirky. And Shirky saying to Donnarumma, play it short. There's no use playing anything towards Tajani Reinders. Tajani Reinders, I don't know. He's just useless. Any ball you put near him, he's useless. He can't pass, he can't dribble, and he can't keep all the ball. So what's he doing on the field? It's a woeful substitution by Pep Guardiola in the end. Here's Mundle. Nunes up against Mundle here, being pushed and pulled all over the place. Out for a goal kick. City have got 2 minutes, but 2 minutes is not enough. I can think we could play a lot of football here. And City drop points. That leaves Arsenal fully in control of the title race, doesn't it? City give the ball straight back to Sunderland. Mundle forward here. Diaz away, Isidore. Blocked away. Round the corner to Mundle. Well, this would leave Arsenal well in control of the title race. City 4 points off the top. In a bad position now. Rodri. Foden. Reinders. Gets a pass off today. First one of the day. Wide to Doku. Vardiol through the middle. Doku. In behind to Joshko Vardiol. Mukiele comes through the back of him. Vardiol. Doku. Mukiele tries to foul and Doku keeps going here. Doku. Into the box here. Defended well. Throwing City. 93 minutes in the clock here. The goal isn't coming. Vardiol throws it in. Shirky. Oh, what a ball to Reinders! Tajani Reinders! Oh my word! Has this man got cushions on his feet? Rolls the ball at the goalkeeper. It's terrible by Reinders in what is one of the worst cameos of the season. Shirky finds him and Reinders rolls it at the goalkeeper. Absolutely terrible by Reinders. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. Well, that is full time, isn't it? Seconds remain. The referee blows the whistle. Manchester City drop absolutely crucial points in the Premier League title race there. And they can only blame themselves for a sheer lack of quality. Savinho misses an absolute sitter twice. Haaland might as well be sat on the bench. And the others, not much better either. An exciting, chaotic ending, but just the point that puts the opposition well in charge of the title race. Donnarumma is getting in a fight here with someone who's come across to try and argue with Gigi Donnarumma. And Pep Guardiola comes in after the last with Luke O'Nien with Donnarumma. So Pep Guardiola's not happy with it either. A Sunderland player comes across to Donnarumma to try and wind him up, I think. And Pep Guardiola says, I'll go to the tunnel then. It's Luke O'Nien who made his Premier League debut against Manchester City and got a red card at home. So that is it. Thank you very much for the donation, Sharif. Absolutely fantastic. Well, it's good news for Arsenal fans. But of course, a long way to go. But that's how it goes sometimes. And of course, if you're not good enough you don't deserve to win. And Manchester City weren't good enough today. That is as clear as day. And if you're not good enough, you don't deserve the points. And we weren't good enough, so we can't complain. I'll go and put my opinion on Finalysis. I suggest you go and do the same as well. Go and head over, download Finalysis either on the Google Play Store or the Apple Store. And you can there put in your player ratings. I assume it'll be a bad day of player ratings for these Manchester City players. Put your review on, analyse this Manchester City performance, and it might just be used on Sky Sports this week or next week or so on, but it will be compiled, all this data for the Premier League throughout the season. Arsenal fan there in the chat. Well, it's a good day for Arsenal fans. You've typed in Arsenal 3 times there, and that is still 3 more times than the Premier League titles that Arsenal have won under Mikel Arteta, or trophies won under Arteta. So 3 more than them. It's more than they've won. But there you are. Arsenal may one day win the Champions League and the Premier League. It might be this season, but they're still waiting, aren't they? Thank you very much for watching. Please like the video if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys for the next away game, which will not be this weekend as City go to Chelsea, face Chelsea at home. I'll be at that one. It won't be away at home against Brighton next Wednesday as well. So the next away game is the Manchester Derby, and I'm actually on holiday. I'm actually on a little holiday for that one, so I missed that one. Liam is an Arsenal fan as well. Come on, you Gooners. Yeah, the title's done. You've won it just like you've done in the past 4 seasons. Arsenal are Premier League champions after City draw 0-0 at Sunderland. I'll leave you on that one. We know how history sometimes repeats itself. We'll see you guys next time.